Are you familiar with a person named Kelly Hoggle?
Yep.
How are you familiar with him?
He's been living in Carrington forever.
Are you also familiar with him with a lawsuit that he filed against the county of Foster?
I'm somewhat aware of it, yes.
Somewhat aware of it?
Yeah, I didn't handle the work, but I'm aware of that he filed it and that they settled and that it was resolved.
Did you or did you not participate in an executive session right here in this very same commissioner room in regards to the bidding process for the shop?
Yep.
Did you or did you not advise the commission? Now, Paul, I have it on tape here, so I could jog your memory around if you'd like. Did you or did you not advise the commissioner to forget about the law, go ahead and break it, because insurance would cover any lawsuit?
I believe that's not exactly what I said.
Well, what did you say?
Well, you have the tape recording.
No,
It
no.
speaks for itself. I don't remember what I said. The tape recording is the best evidence.
You did advise them that insurance would cover any judgment, is that correct?
I said that insurance is part of it. I don't know exactly what I said. You have the tape. It speaks for itself.
Well, wouldn't it have been simpler to actually just obey the law instead of continue to break the law as you advised the commission to do?
Would you rephrase that question?
Would it have been better to go ahead and do the steps properly as opposed to inviting a lawsuit like you did?
That's your opinion. That's not what I said. And a legal opinion depends on what part of the law you're opining about, and what you think is bad advice might not be bad advice. So that's your opinion.
Well, when you advised the commission, or much rather Jimmy Carr, not to provide you with public record, was that sound legal advice?
You know what? Hindsight's 20/20.
Well, that action that was brought by me against the county, do you remember how that ended up?
I don't, because I wasn't involved in it.
So nobody ever informed you that that case was decided in my favor on summary judgment in the courthouse up here, where you were in attendance. You don't remember that?
No.
Paul, I don't know how you can be a state's attorney when your memory is so fogged. You can't remember things that you were directly involved with? Do you have a problem with your memory? Is that really a problem?
I'm going to object as far as argumentative. This is not a free rein for you to just attack somebody. We've been going on now for 20
You're
minutes
attacking-
already, and you have yet to ask a question relative to this suit.
Well, they're all relative to this suit, Mr.
You
Clark.
are-
You know why?
You
Because
don't know what's
everything,
relative.
he can testify about the suit. What did you bring him in there as a witness for, Mr. Clark? What was the purpose of it? Do you want to testify for him? Now, getting back to this.
Move on,
I'm conducting the deposition.
move on, do it.
Will you stop interrupting? I'm gonna, let the record show that Mr. Crop continues to interrupt me.
Oh, come on.
Oops. So you don't remember what happened when you sent a letter to Core Logic saying you weren't gonna provide the reference unless they paid an extraordinary amount of money?
You know, at this point, I'm going to object for relevance. This has nothing to do with us.
No, it has everything to do with it, because we're
Let's take it up to the
talking.
judge. Let's see if the judge was going
That's-
to formally
that's fine.
answer the
Okay,
question.
so you don't want to answer the question,
It's not relevant.
okay? And you don't remember the letter in regards to the public records request for 346 letters that Jimmy
Also
Carr got?
irrelevant.
You don't remember that?
Irrelevant. I object.
That you cannot object. You're
I
the
can.
witness.
Take it in front of the judge.
Then so noted. And you did not advise the commission to go ahead and ignore Kelly Hoggle's
I
claim.
object to relevance. This has no relevance.
Well, then
Take
I
it
guess
from the
we're gonna have to take it all. I'm gonna ask these, and you can go ahead and object to them. Now, you're supposed to be, according to Mr. Crock here, an expert on,
That is a false statement. There is no such thing as an expert
Well, what is
for
he gonna
that.
testify to?
That is not what I indicated, sir.
You said a
There's
character.
only one
You said
expert that
character
is-
witness.
You,
Okay.
Do you know the
There
difference
is
between a
not an
character witness
expert.
and an expert witness, sir?
I'm asking about a character witness, and I'm examining.
No, you're asking about an expert witness.
I'm gonna
You've
ask.
thrown out
I want you
expert
to
witness
take a
several
look
times.
at this list, because apparently you're being brought in as a character witness in regards to my propensity to.
Well, which is it, is it a
file
character or is it
Excuse me, you cannot interrupt, please let everybody finish their thoughts, and then one person at a
Would you
time.
stop? Okay. When you take a look, this is a printout I have of all the lawsuits that I've been involved with since 2008. Can you tell me on there which ones are frivolous?
I don't know enough about these cases to know whether they're frivolous or not. Do you want to mark that as an exhibit? So that the reporter knows what we're referring to?
Yeah, that's all. Exhibit 1, or A, whatever you do.
Exhibit number 1.
Okay, previous to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
What's your cell phone number?
701-658-0185.
Okay. You've been a state's attorney since 2002, and when did you end being a state's attorney for
That's
Foster
wrong.
County?
That's wrong.
What year did you become state's attorney again?
2002.
What year did you finish being state's attorney?
The question is wrong.
What year did you quit being the state's attorney of Foster County?
Okay, because I didn't start being a state's attorney in 2002. I started Foster County State's Attorney in 2002. So you need to do your homework.
Oh, okay.
If you want to
So
ask the
wait,
question, if
okay.
you want to ask, just wait, I've got the floor. If you
No,
want to
you
ask
don't
the
have the
question,
floor.
yes, I do. I have the floor. I'm trying to answer your question. Get your facts straight. If you want to ask me when I quit, I can answer that. But your question is not correct.
Are you the state's attorney right now, any place?
No.
Okay, what counties have you served as state's attorney for?
Steele County, Griggs County. I've been an assistant at Wells County, and I've been in Foster County. State's
Okay.
attorney.
Okay, what year were you the state's attorney in Foster County?
I've already answered that.
No, I said what years?
I've answered that already.
Were you
I've
state's
asked
attorney
and
this
answered.
year?
I've asked and answered that.
Were you a state's attorney this year?
Up until January 6th, yes.
Okay. And you said you were a state's attorney with Steele County?
Yes.
What years were you with Steele County?
I don't recall the exact years, but approximately 98 through 2004, maybe.
Okay. And you said you were state's attorney with Griggs County as well?
Yes,
Were you elected to that position?
yes.
What year was that?
I
Or
don't-
years?
I don't recall the years. It was back and forth. I was in the office, I was out the office, in the office, and out of the office.
When was the last time you were the state's attorney for Griggs County?
I believe I resigned in 2012.
What month?
I don't know.
Was it in springtime?
I don't recall.
Was it in the fall?
I don't recall. Do
So,
you not understand me?
and you said you were state's attorney for Foster County, for Steele County, for Griggs County, and there was another one?
I was an assistant for conflicts for Wells County.
Are you still assistant, or when did you quit being assistant with Wells County?
A couple years ago.
Okay. I have some questions about the document here. And we're gonna mark this as exhibit 2, is that it?
Mhm.
Will you examine the document that is before you there as an exhibit 2? Can you explain what the first page is?
Looks like a fax cover sheet.
And who is it to and who is it from?
Speaks for itself.
Will you, is this document genuine?
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's look at the second page. And let's go to the last page. There's a signature down at the bottom there, or excuse me, at the top. Do you know who that person is?
Crystal Miller?
Yeah. In what capacity do you know her?
She was my secretary.
And there's a date listed there. It's 4/11/12.
Sure.
And was she working for you that day?
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's go to page 2 of the document in front of you. It says at the top there, it says State of North Dakota and the District Court. Is this a document you create?
I don't know. I object, this is not relevant to the action.
I'm asking the question here. Is this a document you created?
I object, it's not relevant to the action.
It's definitely relevant, because it goes
Well,
to,
let's take it up with the
it goes to your ethics.
Let's take it up with the judge.
We will.
Okay?
We will definitely do that. Well, I'm gonna continue to ask questions about that, and you're being completely uncooperative. And you have no right to object to this, because this is a record that you created. Did you or did you not create this record?
I'm not sure that I created that.
Oh, well, let me ask you a question here. It says NRA Paul Murphy, that is you, correct?
Unless there's another Paul Murphy.
And it refers to Subpoena Duces Tecum. And it's for a phone number. Are you familiar with this phone number? 701-789-9841.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Well, that's interesting, because at the back part here, it says underneath, right above your signature, it says, this subpoena is issued on application of the defendant's attorney and owner of the account. This does bear your signature on that page, correct?
Could be my signature.
Is it your signature or is it not?
I don't know.
Do you think somebody forged your signature there?
Could be. My secretary at the time was pulling all kinds of stuff. It could have been her.
Crystal Miller?
No.
Let me finish. So you're disavowing, are you saying on the record, this is not your signature, and you did not fill this out?
I answered that question already.
That's a yes or no. Did you, or are you saying this is not your
I answered
signature?
that question
No,
already.
you said I don't
Asked and
know.
answered. That's right. It's asked and answered.
Okay, this subpoena is issued on application of defendant's attorney and owner of the account. Did you own the cell phone 701-789-9841?
I believe the office in Griggs County, which I was a state's attorney for, owned that account.
Did you own the cell phone then?
The state's attorney, I answered that question. The state's attorney's office had that account. Of which I was the state's attorney.
Okay, if you, please look at the form, maybe it'll jog your memory here. It says, as part of the command here, specifically including tolls and towers for any calls between cell phone number 701-789-9841 and cell phone number 701-789-0100. Are you familiar with that phone number?
Not off the top of my head.
You know, I'm going to make an objection on the record here. A week ago, we had a deadline for Mr. Keller to submit exhibits to us, and I'd like the record reflect that none of these documents were provided to us a week ago. And so therefore, there's a discovery, abuse here, that these were required to have been.
That's.
I'm making a record shut, half up until I'm done.
He needs to speak, okay, I'm sorry.
And that the deadline was last week, not today, and therefore that these exhibits are on time.
We can take that up later on. Now, as the cell phone number 701-789-100, what cell phone number is that for?
Don't go.
Could it be possibly the cell phone number for your wife's lover, the sheriff of Griggs County? Could that be his cell phone number?
Could be your phone number. I don't know whose phone number it is.
And this is your subpoena, is it not?
I'm not sure.
Now, I got another question right here. This is, you can go ahead and make your objection on the record about this as well. Let's see, right here. Sorry. Okay, this is the next exhibit.
Exhibit number 3.
Yep.
I would so make that objection on the record that we are dealing with additional documents which were not timely disclosed.
I didn't have them available to me. We go ahead and.
You would have to prove that.
Well, that's fine.
He did have them available too.